sex.
Yo, what up,
Sex
what up, what up? All praises to the Most High. Today we basically having it's kind of like a short meeting was directional Byzantine Empire. So you mind being on camera?
Y'all look okay?
Like, is
Do
that a
I
real
look?
question?
Yes.
Yeah, you look okay. Good question. So Becca's gonna be doing the minutes. Yeah, so we're gonna read off. We're gonna ask Rebecca to read off the meeting, like what we've done thus far, put out thus far. So she's gonna read what she got on her in the tablet.
You ready?
The people are ready.
So, the Byzantine Empire 5-year plan. Number 1, bailout. Number 2, development. Number 3, economics. And number 4, God's people, one nation under God.
Okay. So that's what we have this for. Those are the movements that we're making. Anytime you're building a house or you're developing within a house, and it's like this is kind of different because it's God's house. So there are certain rules that just comes along with this house. So it's like heavenly family, ministry, understanding. That's what I have to deal with. In efforts of moving forward, our particular focus is helping the nation get to the next level. While at the same time, it's kind of funny because like this is God's kingdom, so it's not everything is not the same as like the what we or what I was taught, quote unquote, that the world does. Like we call to the elders of the church when certain things is going on. That's what we're supposed to do as a people. They call you to court or they sue you this way. So it's there's a significant difference in this area. So as Byzantine Minister of Defense, so we're dealing with military of all facets. So coming in working it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. It's a lot of money. The whole thing is to ensure the success of the people, ensure the growth of the people. When you have a vision, you like kind of like say for instance, if I had a vision board, so to speak. You see that? So let's say if I had a vision board, and this is my vision board, and I'm like, okay, this is what the Byzantine is going to do. I don't have the same issues or areas that like say for instance the president would have in this regard to what he like when a person come into presidency. There are certain like when you're dealing with presidency, first of all, like that's an 8 year if you get a second term, or it's a 4 year. You spend maybe half of that, maybe a little over half of that, going through whatever the president before you had to deal with, on top of whatever's going on. So this year is kind of like the same thing, but for economic value place of where we are now is like the United States is pretty much what you would call in the best possible place that they've ever been when it came down to like money. That's why they put Donald Trump there, because he's a great businessman. So the business matters of the country as far as money or value goes has actually went up. Even though we're dealing with a pandemic, at the same time, that's what we dealing with. So now moving into a place of like where it was like president. So when you're dealing with that, you got to look at the debt, and you have to get something to reverse the debt. You have to get development to move in a certain area. You got to get economics to move in a certain way, and you got to have all the people in all the nation on. Like, you really need everybody on one accord. If they not on one accord, it's gonna be very, 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 very hard. Even God would tell us that a divided house can't stand. You know what I'm saying? So why do you think like there are certain areas when you're dealing with like scripture, it tells you a house divided, like mother against father, daughter against mother, mother against daughter, son against father, father against son. You have to counsel that type of stuff. Like, nah, we bind in the name of Jesus. That's not what we doing here. Because it's just like being taught. A lot of things, I'm going to touch bases on this one time. And I probably won't say much else on it, unless it's really in-house, because this is kind of like out. Things that we were taught was how the United States, for the most part, came about more than like our actual history. Because my actual history is the Byzantine Empire. Like, that's what's in my history. So, like, when you look at this and you see like the birds, man, you used to hear this saying, 2 heads are better than one type thing. Okay. In my mind's eye, this never dissolved. Like, it developed to a certain area, given that we went into, like, slavery came about for 400 years, and now we in a place where it's over. So now we going, like, it's like God giving us back on passing these headphones. So we're gonna use this as an analogy, and it's like my headphones been gone for 400 years, and then God gives me my headphones back. That's my headphones. God gives me my headphones back. So drop them. What do that? Alright, so you're gonna drop them. God gives you headphones back. So same thing in the effort or understanding of like what we doing is God give you a blessing. Boom. I mean, when I got this, it wasn't something that I really had to do to get it. I already, like, it was something it's like it was bestowed to me, meaning I didn't have to work for it. I didn't have to do any of these type of things really for it. It was something that was like basically blessed or given to me type of thing to move forward with. So there's like everybody plays a part. So take a football team, for instance. You got the quarterback, you got the running back, you got the fullback, you got the O-line, you got the D-line, you got the receivers, you got the tight end, you got the linebackers, got the corner, you got the DBs. You got that whole situation, right? The quarterback can run and everything, but without the line there, what's going on with the quarterback? Understand? So I kind of get, you know what I'm saying, like I got despondent with this earlier, and the way I looked at it was just kind of like, okay, after going through, when you go through things to get to a certain level, things change for you. So these things came into play. When these things came into play, it was like the first time I ever heard was, "What makes you so different?" I'm like, what you mean? What makes me so? What makes me so different? You gotta get it just like everybody else got, whatever. And this is the thing: a good father or mother, they don't want their kids going through the hell that they went through coming up. Period. Bottom line, that's it. Now, am I right? You want your kid to go through what you went through?
No.
Or you want him to basically inherit a house, a business, so that he ain't got to rob, steal, or he ain't got to be around these bad people, these influences, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've been working for a minute. So my dad he gives me the blessing. Can you go get that thing for me?
The picture.
Yeah, the picture frame. So he give me the blessing. So I go to him after working for a while. Like I was already out trying to get stuff together. I was already out working. So yeah, so for to do another analogy. So so it take a lot to build. It takes a lot to build. So we're gonna take this picture frame, for instance. Nice picture frame. I don't know who painted it, but it's a nice picture frame. Did you paint this? No. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I don't want to say you didn't paint it, you painted it. Whatever. So, these are the areas that they work in. So when I first started, like mind you, I've been in ministry all my life. So like I'm a preacher's kid, so I'm a PK first of all. So off the top, like I'm with the group that y'all like they bad type of thing. They be like they bad because we come in a certain way. So I go to Bishop, and when you get to these levels, things kind of change because like you done graduated. So like we are the sons and daughters of God. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we get here, and blessing is you move to this area and different things of this nature. So, okay. So we get here, we move forward, and I'm working out in Kansas. I was in a few different places. So I'm working on the street. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Finally get stuff figured out. Then, you know what I'm saying? I'm working. I get the Byzantine. This is before I really got into the Byzantine, but I'm working. I had already ran 932. This was around the time like a little bit before this came up, and then that's when I like did my research. Then I found out I was part Jamaican, American, by Eastern Boo. I started finding out who like basically the area where I'm from. So after this, you get in these areas, and you know what I'm saying, I was praying, God, you know what I'm saying, that's when he called me, you know what I'm saying, to ministry. And then you go through these other areas, and then God basically he tells you, everybody's different, so I'm not gonna go into exactly what he told me because I don't want to. Like sometimes you can give too much information. So basically, I become high priest, get with my dad, or get with Bishop, and he gave me prelay. You know what I'm saying, pastor, and coming in. So at the same time, that's when I like finding out who I was as who I actually am came in to be Emperor Joshua, man. Why did I get Emperor? When I did the research on my family, my ancestry, my elders in my family was the known Haile Selassie. That's who's in my family. So it wasn't a situation where it's like I just wanted to be called this. This was already in my family.